All right, listen to this hot take. Alcoholism is on the rise, women most affected. I mean, it wasn't a problem before when men were affected. No, that's fine. Now women are affected, so it's newsworthy. I wouldn't even have started like this. Why not say children most affected? Because it's true. And I'm not even talking about fetal alcohol syndrome here, or the type of children that end up growing in violent households because of alcohol issues. No. I actually knew at the hospital several cases where the children were forced out during the middle of the winter to go out and beg so mommy and daddy can afford the new bottle. Those are real cases, yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. Now we get to talk about it because all of a sudden we got like this article talking about a woman who didn't know. She literally didn't know, and she's blaming society. She's blaming culture because apparently when she thought about chronic drinkers, she thought about old men in the parking lot. And of course, it's all about identity politics. I mean, is she old? No. Is she a man? No. So clearly it's not going to affect her. She wasn't represented. She didn't find herself represented in the culture. She didn't think that it's going to affect her because, like, women are so detached from male issues that for some reason, if she goes out drinking, it's fine. No, seriously, like, look at this. The common image of who is affected by alcohol disorders echoed throughout pop culture was misleading over a decade ago. Here's what I have to say. If you need to learn life lessons from pop culture, maybe that's the problem. Whatever happened to your parents? And I can blame culture, by the way, because I am willing to bet that if I was a teacher at the university and I would tell a woman, hey, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't drink. I would have been fired for sexismus. I'm willing to bet I would be fired for sexismus if I did that because for some reason, especially when it comes to American cultures, they're extreme. They're extreme. Either you get like the pious type of American that is like, you know, life is all about hardship and you need to study hard, you need to learn hard, abstinence from sex until you become 35 and finish a university and get a job. Then you get married, then you have children and you work your ass off just for the children, no entertainment, no nothing. And the other example, the other extreme is that life is all about pleasure. You get to drink as much as you want, you get to fuck as much as you want, you get to eat as much as you want, whatever you want, and if anyone tells you any different, they're the problem. Whatever happened to the middle ground, which is called common sense? Did you notice that? Like, whatever happened when people would find the middle ground? It's like, okay, you know, it's okay to drink, it's fine to drink, but like try to keep it, you know, 1-2 glasses until you get to feel that you're tipsy and then you stop. It's fine to go out and party, but if you happen to go out and party once or twice a week, that's okay. But if you party every day, then that's a problem. I mean, look at this shit. You know, the moderation is really the problem. Apparently, she says she got more refills than some and missed classes while nursing hangovers. But she couldn't have a problem, she thought. If you're missing classes because you're having hangovers, it's an issue. It's like masturbation, you know, you got the radical extremists that say you should never do it, not understanding the human nature. And then you have the other people that say you should do it all the time. And then you have people like me that says, look, if you want to do it, A, don't do it in public. And B, if you're missing classes because of it, or you get friction burns, or you're breaking your feet, maybe you should stop. Maybe then you realize that you have a problem and you need to fix it. Like when it actually starts to interfere with normal life, then it starts to become a problem. But no, you just get the extremes. Either none of it or all of it. It's... And then you have the journalists that are doing like the really big disservice of not understanding science. They really don't. So like look at this shit. Okay? They're talking about how women are getting more affected by alcoholism even though they drink the same like men. Imagine being this dumb. You know, imagine making the statement, yes, women are more affected by alcohol even though they drink the same as men. And I'll tell you why it's dumb and why journalists can't do math. Because it doesn't matter if the woman drinks the same as men. If I drink 2 beers and I got 90 kilograms and a woman that has 50 kilograms drinks also 2 beers, question, which one of us drank more alcohol? Now you might say, well, we both drank the same, right? But then that's not the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is you need to look at how much alcohol did we drink per kilogram. You know, when you take a cat to the vet, the first thing they do is they weigh the cat. Why is that? So that they know when they give pills to the cat, when they treat the cat, how much pills they should give it based on the cat's weight. That's why they do it. It's the same with alcohol. It's the same principle applied here. If I have 90 kilograms and I drink 2 bottles, and the woman has, let's say, 45 kilograms and she also drinks 2 bottles, she actually drank twice more alcohol than I did. And since women have less weight than men in general on average, you can't just say, well, they're drinking the same as men. Well, that's a huge problem if they're drinking the same as men. They need to have like some strong fucking livers if they can keep up to that shit. And by the way, it's the same like if a 45 kilogram man would drink the same as a 90 kilogram woman. It's really the same thing, because it's all about just how much alcohol intake you have per kilogram. Not per gender. Fuck me. But you know, like, this is why I hate when journalists report on the science, because they really don't understand it. So yeah, like, absolutely. And by the way, not all alcohol is the same. Not all alcohol is the same. If a woman comes a shot of tequila and I have a glass of beer, she actually has more alcohol than me, despite the fact that she drank less. But I suppose this is the result of a culture where any request for moderation is being viewed as oppressive. Literally anything that asks for a person like, hey, maybe you shouldn't. No, that's oppressive. You're not allowed to say it. Like, finish the sentence. Women shouldn't. And add whatever you want, and it's going to be viewed as sexist. Because you're not allowed to make any statements like that. But what's even more funny is that this article goes on and says, oh, the lockdowns. The lockdowns might have caused depression among women. And this depression is going to cause women to drink more. And I'm like, wow, you think? Like, you think lockdowns have adverse mental effects on the people that have been stuck in their homes and lost their job? Really? Who could have foreseen this shit? Who could have known? Oh my God, I thought lockdowns are the best shit ever. I thought that they should never end. In fact, there's people that still ask for more. I thought it's a good thing. Now you're telling me it's not? I don't believe you. You know, Twitter should put a fact check on this. Asking people to stay in their homes and asking people to be unable to go to work and make money might have side effects when it comes to depression. I didn't know this. Oh, wow. Like, thank you, scientists, for pointing it out. And then, you know, they even make like this whole thing. Alcoholism is on the rise. Women most affected. And they say that a lot of women start drinking because they experienced sexual molestation. I mean, okay, you know, this is not a laughing matter, I agree. But what is the percentage of that versus the percentage of people being depressed because they've been fired from a job and they're too old to get a new one? Do you know how difficult it is to get a new job at the age of 45? Imagine you have a family that you need to sustain and you're out of a job at the age of 45. The fuck are you going to do? Ageism is a thing, by the way. A lot of corporations don't like hiring elderly people. This is why you don't really hear ageism as a problem. Because it's woke capitalism. Woke capitalism, as I keep mentioning, is corporations pretending to care about social justice to sell a product to people pretending to care about capitalism. So they can talk about sexism, because that's easy to fix. Hire more women. You know, they don't care. They can talk about racism, because they can hire more black people. They don't care. They will never talk about ageism. They don't want old people. Like, all the commercials you see in IT companies and, you know, like tech corporations and whatnot, filled with young people. Just young people, because they're a lot easier to exploit. So that's an interesting take, right? They're not going to mention that. Yeah, a lot of middle-aged people start drinking, and they become addicted because of that. Like, depression does set in, especially in our time in the day. Middle-aged people are the most vulnerable when it comes to drinking alcohol. Not this interesting lady, which is a student that didn't know any better. She just didn't know that she's not supposed to drink. Like, she couldn't wake up the next day to go to class, and she didn't figure out that maybe she should stop. Maybe she should hit the bottle a little bit less. Right? The rich person that can even afford that lifestyle. I think, like, even if I didn't have parents that would teach me, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't just because I was poor. I wouldn't be able to afford the lifestyle of going out every single day, partying in order to drink, even if I wanted to. So again, like, what really annoys me about these articles is that the only people that matter seem to be the rich bourgeoisie, upper middle class. They're the ones that we get to talk about. But anyway, right, this is my take on it. I'll be reading this entire article on my live stream right after this, so if you want to see it, head on over to my live stream. There should be a link into the pinned comment. Like, I keep saying this, but sometimes I forget to put it there. And you can head right over to my live stream and we can read this entire article. It's a lot of things that require more in-depth talking about. And I'll see you guys there. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and have a good day.